Hey YouTube, I'm back this time, late, but better late than never with my June Bath & Body Works Empties. So, backstory, I had the great intention of filming this on July 3rd, right before I left for a kind of short vacation to Colorado Springs. However, laziness and kind of just like being caught up and getting ready to go got the better of me and got the better of my time. So now I'm here on July 11th doing my June Bath & Body Works Empties. So I have everything from June, but I'm also going to include just talking about and telling you guys what I used up in Colorado Springs. I was there from the 4th through the 8th, so I did finish up 3 Bath & Body Works products while I was in the Rockies. So I will go ahead and get started. The very first thing that I finished up is a shower gel. This is one I purchased from the SAS in Sweet Magnolia and Clementine from the Southern Collection that you guys know that I enjoyed. Not that I loved every single fragrance, I think they're fine fragrances, but what I appreciated most about it was that the collection was nicely done. It was thoughtful and cohesive. So the keynotes on this are Sweet Magnolia, Fresh Clementine, Blooming Gardenia, Spring Sandalwood, and Golden Honey. So this is the first time that I've actually bothered to pick up this fragrance. It's not something I really feel like I must have in a lotion or a fine fragrance mist. However, I really enjoyed it in the shower gel. I thought that this fragrance is unique. It meshes together, the notes mesh together well in a way that makes sense and is thoughtful. So yeah, if I'm in the market for more shower gels at the next SAS or perhaps next summer at the SAS, I wouldn't hoard this per se. It's not one that I feel like I will just die if I don't have more of, but yeah, I really like this and I would totally pick up more in the future. The next thing that I finished up is also a shower gel. Since I'm crashing with my mom for the summer here in Wichita before I head to DC in August, I'm using up most products by myself, but some with my mom, and this is one of them that I finished up with my mom. So we finished up a Wild Honeysuckle shower gel. The keynotes here are Watery Honeydew, Wild Honeysuckle, Rain-Kissed Jasmine, Orange Flower, and White Woods. You guys know from my channel that I love Wild Honeysuckle, and I love it partially because in a way, I almost kind of grew up around it. My mom really likes it, and yeah, to me, it just is one of those things. I like it on my own, but also I'm used to that fragrance kind of being around, if that makes sense. However, something I've noted on my channel before, or on my last channel, is that while I love Wild Honeysuckle in lotion and fine fragrance mists and candles, and I have those things in Wild Honeysuckle right now in my own collection, I actually don't care for it in the shower. I feel like in the shower it's a little too intense, and I generally don't say that about fragrances. I'm usually one of those people who feels like the stronger the better in terms of fragrance, but something about Wild Honeysuckle in the shower, I don't absolutely hate it. I would continue to use this, but it's not something I would really seek out. I'd rather have the mist and the lotion in this. So on my own, for my own collection, you're not gonna see me with a shower gel and Wild Honeysuckle. All right, the next thing that I used up, speaking of Wild Honeysuckle, this is also something I finished up with my mother, so we were both kind of working on this. It's the Wild Honeysuckle lotion. Like I said, I like it more in the lotion and the fine fragrance mist, so naturally I was all about helping her finish this up. Same notes here as on the shower gel. Same kind of thing. I love Wild Honeysuckle. I will continue to repurchase it in the mist and the lotion. The next thing that I finished up is a lotion that I finished by myself. This is in Peony. I purchased this set of Peony that I have at the semi-annual sale last summer. So I was gone and in Australia by the time the semi-annual sale rolled around. So I purchased some stuff online, and maybe a month or so after I moved to Australia, I met up in Europe with my mom and my sisters for a trek through the Black Forest and through the Alps. And so yeah, I bought stuff online and my mom brought it to Germany for me. Thanks, mother, love you. So yeah, I purchased this Peony Lotion, and the keynotes here are Peony Petals, Garden Rose, and Sandalwood. And while I tend to rail on keynotes, I feel like these keynotes are pretty fair. The Sandalwood I'm actually not so sure about, but definitely the Peony and the Rose here. So I like Peony. I like the kind of nostalgia of it being a throwback fragrance. However, to my surprise, I found that I was getting a little bit bored of it by the end. So I was so surprised and kind of sad that I felt that way, but like, yeah, I'd repurchase this if it ever came out in like a mini, or I'd definitely repurchase it in a shower gel. But for a full-size set, you know, I feel like I'm kind of good for the next long while. So again, appreciated it, but not something I would hoard and feel like I just need a ton of in my life. And then speaking of Peony, I also finished up the Fine Fragrance Mist in Peony. This one I did not purchase from the SAS. I purchased this actually on eBay, I think, about 1.5 years ago. So it was one of the oldest fragrance mists that I have in my entire collection. Same thing, I appreciated Peony for what it's worth. I am a florals fan overall, but like I said, by the time I finished it, I was actually pretty bored of it. So would repurchase in the distant future, but for right now, I'm all right. The next thing that I finished up is something that basically never appears in my videos ever. This is a room spray. So my mom had these from like forever ago, and in fact this room spray is a 2013. It's in Peach Bellini, by the way, and I'm not generally a Peach Bellini fan. However, she has these around her apartment, so I was just kind of using them up as I went. I don't like I'm not horrified by Peach Bellini. I feel like it's just kind of like okay, I guess. So yeah, I finished this up in the bathroom that I am using in the apartment, and yeah, it was fine. From 2013 though, so it's kind of time for it to go. The next thing that I finished up, and again these last three are from just me using them up alone, is a Pocketback. This is in Lime Basil. This is the last Pocketback that I had in Australia, so naturally it was the first to go here. I actually really like Lime Basil. I know a lot of people didn't like either this fragrance or fragrances like it. I think it's very much so for a particular demographic, and I'm one of those people in that demographic. So to me, this smells like Play Hard Fresh Turf, which came out in the fall of 2016. It was like a grass type fragrance in a Pocketback. I had 2 of those and loved it, but I know that a lot of people did not. I like grassy fragrances, so to me this kind of fragrance is very up my alley, and in fact I purchased 2 of these in Australia, so there's that. Alright, and then the very last 2 things I used up are actually 2 of the same thing. I, from the semi-annual sale, purchased 2 of these Totally Terrific sheet masks. I had mentioned in my haul that I've never used a sheet mask before, so I kind of wanted to try it out while it was $1.50, and I'm so glad that I did. So ultimately the reason why I chose to seek it out is because Victoria Joyce, whose channel I enjoy, and I'll link it down below, by the way. She does lots of makeup, by the way, so if you're into that, it's a good channel to check out. She mentioned that she had purchased and used some of these and really liked it, and so I decided, oh, well, I respect her opinion, so maybe I'll purchase some and try some. And I purchased one at a time just to like see if I would bother wanting to purchase it again. And yeah, so I went back a second time and purchased another one. So like I mentioned, had never used a sheet mask before. I don't do masks very often, but whenever I have, it's always been the more like traditional type, like a gel or like a clay. And I actually really enjoyed using a sheet mask in general. I felt like the cleanup was very easy, the application was very easy, you know, nothing in my hair, you know, that kind of thing. And plus I really liked the effects of the tea tree oil on my skin. So my skin, like I've said before, that I virtually never had problems with my skin, but since I moved back like 6 weeks ago, my skin, I'm telling you, has been so fussy and annoying and like totally not how it always is. And yeah, I think that those sheet masks kind of helped calm down my skin and helped me kind of like get it back to normal, I guess. So I would not purchase these at $4 or $4.50 or whatever they go for retail price, but if they're on sale again, like a mega sale, like maybe $1.50 or whatever, perhaps on Black Friday if they still have them out or whatever, I would totally purchase more of these. Okay, so that's it for what I actually have to show you. I used up 3 things in Australia, not in Australia, in Colorado Springs, excuse me. 2 different continents, Rachel. All right, so yeah, I used up 3 things in Colorado Springs. I used up a Pocketback in Peach Mango. I purchased that at SAS, technically at SAS, but it wasn't part of SAS. It was just the normal 5 for $6. I felt like it was just okay. To me, it smelled like the Pretty as a Peach Pocketback, and I remember trying that once and not really liking it because to me it kind of smelled like bottom shelf peach vodka. So like I get that it has alcohol in it because it is antibacterial, but like to me it just never really lost that alcohol scent. So would not repurchase the Peach Mango Pocketback. I also used up a mini shower gel in Endless Weekend. It was fine. I picked it up at SAS for 75% off, so like whatever. I knew I would be traveling domestically and didn't want to check a bag, so I knew I would need a liquid that was 3 ounces or fewer. And I've got 2 more of those, so you'll see them in probably my July empties. And finally, I used up a mini, like one of those 1 ounce fragrance mists, I guess, in, what was it, Wild Rose and Apple. So I actually really enjoyed that. I regret not buying more of those. That was a great size, by the way, if you're going on a short vacation of like 4 days or so. That was such a great like choice on my end. I'm glad that I picked up one of those. And actually I prefer Wild Rose and Apple over Country Apple. So, you know, if you like Apple and you still have like remnants of SAS left over in your stores, maybe check out and see if they have any of those mini mists in Wild Rose and Apple. So with that, that is the end of my June Bath & Body Works empties. I made one more online purchase from the SAS right before I left on July 4th. So later on this week, if you're interested, please make sure that you stay tuned for that. I will also be back soon with my beauty empties for the month of June. So as always, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Instagram at YellowBrickExpat, same way it's spelled here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.